On the other hand, I posed a question to Ms. Gertrude Ama, whether she believes that national policies and regulations are essential to govern the use of social media, particularly among the youth.
I believe that the dilemma concerning the regulation of social media has to do with balancing the powers of free speech and online freedom as against the possibility of abuse. And this to me is a dilemma that various arms of government are facing globally, not only in Ghana, but in the rest of the world. In as much as it is important for people to be able to express themselves and to be creative using social media or any other of such similar medium, it is also important that we curtail the possibility of abuse. So in Ghana, for instance, there's a constitutional right to free speech and expression. These are rights that are guaranteed in the Constitution. But we do realize that at the same time, there are checks and balances on some of these rights. In as much as you'd want to express yourself or you'd want to express your creativity through social media, it is important that you also have respect for the rights of others. In my opinion, and against the context of the background that I have just given, I think that the regulation of social media should only be done to the extent that it is targeted at curtailing the excesses that comes with its use. And this is a very sensitive subject for many people, because the last thing you want is to gag people from freely expressing themselves and from being creative. But like I have already said, it is also important that the rights of others are respected at all times, despite the exercise of your constitutional rights. So to the extent that our policies and regulations are going to be targeted only at curtailing the excesses of the use of social media, then we can encourage regulation of the use of social media. There are others who also make a case for self-regulation, in the sense that the various social media platforms and companies should ensure through their own policies that some of the demerits of the use of social media are not encouraged, that their various platforms are not used to abuse or to harass people and are not used to spread harmful information. To a large extent, or rather to some extent, this may be useful, but the challenges of self-regulation are evident for all to see. Insofar as there's no oversight of the self-regulation that is being done by these social media platforms, there's not much that can be arrived at in that regard.